Hey guys, how's it going? I am back with a quick movie review for you today. I was lucky enough to finally watch The Strangers Pray at Night, the sequel to the 2008 The Strangers film that I actually recently saw. I only watched that, a month or two ago for the first time, and it was highly recommended by a lot of folks in the community, a lot of people I respect, and I value their opinions, and a lot of them have similar opinions to mine, so pretty confident in checking that out, and it didn't disappoint at all. I probably would have given it 3.5 out of 5, which is that's a solid score for me. You know, I'm happy with pretty much anything 3 or higher. It's a solid movie, worth watching. But 3.5, yeah, it's a little better than that. It was a pretty damn good movie. So I was looking forward to watching the second one, and recently I just realized it was on Netflix. I didn't even realize it was on there, so I saw it. I had some time, so I put it on, checked it out, and it is really good. I did enjoy it. A lot of people were saying it's as good as the first film. Some were saying it's better. I definitely don't think it was better than the first film. First film had that really real creepy factor. This one, I felt like I was kind of expecting things, after you watch the first film, you're kind of like, you're sort of looking for signs, like the note that was left and stuff like that. And I should mention too, by the way, before we get into this, there's going to be some spoilers here. So if you haven't watched The Strangers Pray at Night, don't watch any more of this, because there's definitely going to be a few spoilers. But I'm going to try to keep it quick. Yeah, overall, the movie was pretty good. I just felt it was, it had a few parts where there was a little predictable. It was a little bit going kind of like the first film. Although they still did things pretty well. They kept me interested in stuff. But there were some harder sells for me, which were like, yeah, I'd mentioned the scene, like, say, where the mother was killed. She's trying to help the daughter out of the bathroom skylight, out of this, this motorhome, this RV or whatever. And she gets out and she's, screaming at her to go, because she can't get her mom out, and she's telling her to go and she won't go. And she can hear the killer smashing through the door. I mean, she was there the whole time trying to get through with a knife, smashing through this thing. And she's just sitting there staring up at her daughter, just go. She's not at all concerned about the deranged lunatic killer that's trying to break through the door and clearly going to stab her. Like, she has a knife, right? So, for whatever reason, she decided to look up there and say all this. She finally breaks through the door and sits there, like, okay, I'll just stay here, and you go ahead, and I'll get stabbed in the back here. It was a little, I don't know. I just didn't get that part, because I thought, anybody in their right mind, if they're about to get attacked, I mean, you're at least going to turn around, you're going to try to do anything, like, who isn't going to try to get, in the way of the knife, probably cut, but maybe you get a hold of it, maybe there'll be a struggle. Like, you got to fight for your life. You're not just going to sit there and take a stabbing. That was a little weird. So, that was a bit of a piss off. But I like the actress as well. I can't think of her name right now. It was on the tip of my tongue. But anyway, yeah, it was
That's
just a bummer to see
Christina
her go like that
Hendricks.
so fast. And there were a few other weird things too. Like, it's 2018, and the kids are obsessed with their cell phones. And the father actually said at one point, can we just have an evening where you're not on your cell phones constantly? Just, put them down for a second, right? So I get that, they'd put them down, but, I have kids. There's no way they would, like, my son's not going to just leave his phone anywhere. And I'm sure it's only going to get worse as he gets older, like, I have mine all the time. So it's just hard to imagine that they would have some sort of a disagreement, walk out, to go be alone or whatever, and not take their phone that they're constantly on. That was a bit of a hard sell too. I was like, wow, okay. I understand these things have to happen, or else you're really not going to be able to create any of the, well, I'm sure you could. You have to be a lot more creative though. But anyway, that was a little bit of a moment or two. And the other part was when the son, after knowing his mother was murdered, after seeing virtually the death of his father was toast as a result of this killer or whatever, he catches one of them stabbing his sister. Okay? He's got a gun. And all he has to do is shoot, you know? And for whatever reason, he can't shoot. And that, again, I was lost there. I was like, You know, I can't imagine anybody not being able to pull the trigger there once they know this person murdered your parents. You know, you caught them stabbing your sister. Like, I don't know, man. What more does it take for you to be okay with, like, it would just be, it would just be so easy. I'd just blow a tunnel through them. Boom, 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 boom. I don't get that. Like, to me, if I'm fucking Ned Flanders, I'm blowing a hole in this bitch. Like, it's like you killed my whole family. And he's just like, it's just so strange. I was like, I don't see the dilemma there, though. Like, he knows what's going on. So that was a bit of a tough sell for me, too. I was like, But, yeah, it was still filled with a lot of good scares. A few things that catch you off guard. And it still had some of that feeling of dread and everything, you know. So it's a decent movie. It's definitely not bad. I just don't think it was as good as the first one. But it was definitely decent, so... Anyway, that's my take on The Strangers Prey at Night. So, overall, I'd give it 3 out of 5. Worth seeing. You know, if you're into those kind of movies, like I am or whatever, you'll probably enjoy it. Solid movie. Is it better than the first? In my opinion, no. Not way off, but the first one's a little better, I think, yeah. Plus, I liked Scott Speedman and Liv Tyler a lot in that one. They were really good. Yeah. Well, that's it for now. That's the quick movie review. Probably wasn't as quick as I wanted it, but thanks for watching anyway, guys, and we will see you again for more content in the future. Later.